One early morning in my art studio, I was shooting some hoops before starting my day. You know, just to loosen up the muscles and get my mind straight. And out of nowhere, a thought came through me. I should make my own basketball hoop. I never built a basketball hoop, nor do I even know where to start. But I knew I needed some materials and some supplies like a basketball hoop, wood, and other things just to get started. And I also needed a design, so I got my iPad out, I started drawing some concepts on Procreate and trying to get my ideas flowing to see what I was gonna do for my concept. Now we got our design. Let's take that, put it in the projector, and see how it looks on the wood once I transfer it. This seems like an easy project, but I haven't cut the wood yet, and that's gonna be hard. This project was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I knew that I wanted this project because 2024 was gonna be a transformative year where I started getting out of my comfort zone and started doing things that I don't normally do, or trying to involve different elements in my art to kind of make it a little more profound and kind of just like elevate it just a little bit. While I was designing this basketball hoop, I didn't take into account measurements. I had to redesign it to make it fit to the wood to make it make sense. So now it's time to cut this thing. Yo, I haven't used the jigsaw in a long time. When I was done with the jigsaw, I had to smooth out the edges with sanding tools. I also wanted to repaint the basketball rim to make it look black. I did not want an orange basketball rim, so I used a Krylon satin finish to make it look black and sleek. Now let's wait for that to dry and let's add some colors to the design because I completely forgot to do that. I'm gonna be exposing the wood, so I wanna find colors that kind of complement the wood tone and the natural tone that I'm gonna expose. Adding color to my paintings is something that's very difficult for me. Trying to find the right color scheme and trying to find something that's gonna go well with the vibe that I'm trying to produce. So it takes a lot of research for me to get to a point where I feel confident in which colors I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be staining the wood with a golden oak mini wax finish. I first have to use pre-stain to condition the wood, and then when that's finished drying, I'm gonna then use the golden oak finish to go over it to make it look nice and beautiful. Now we're gonna make a net, and I'm actually making it out of chains. Ring-a-ding to it when you swish it, you know what I mean? I also don't think I have the right supplies for it, but we're gonna see. One thing I love about YouTube is that you can find almost any video out there to teach you something. I found a video on YouTube that taught me how to make this basketball net out of little metal chains. And it's just so great being able to have resources like YouTube to teach you. And it's just in the palm of our hands. It's just so great, and I just really wanted to say thank you, YouTube. By the way, this is no sponsored ad. This is just me really being thankful. We're all done. It looks good. It looks real good. Now we gotta see if a ball can go through this thing. Perfect! Now it's time to paint. But first, I'm gonna freehand a design onto the wood to know where my colors are gonna be laid out. I'm then going to be using a Liquitex clear gesso to prep the wood before painting. Now that it's all dried, let's add some paint to it. But first, we have to make it. And we have to make a lot of it. Not a lot. you were thinking, what happens if you get paint on a part that you don't want it to get? That just happened to me, and I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take this sander block, and I'm gonna sand it down. We'll see if I get a lot of it, and I'm gonna have to just restain that part, and hopefully nobody will see it. I'm kind of happy that this is for me, not for the client. There's something special about doing projects for yourself, especially as an artist. Like having full creative freedom, where you don't have clients on your back, or you don't have somebody watching over your work constantly, or not creating work for someone. That is when I truly get into my creative vibes and my true artist self. It is like having a one-on-one date with the gifts that God has given you. It just provides me the space and the true freedom to really be who I am and to express who I am. When I do projects like these, it makes me feel so good and comfortable that I'm able to create without limitation and not having to produce work for someone else. And don't get me wrong, I do love working with clients, but whenever I get chances like this to do work for myself, I love them and I really, really cherish them. I'm gonna be adding a Krylon gloss clear finish to make sure to seal this piece as best as possible. Since the ball is gonna be hitting it constantly, you wanna make sure you protect it. Before I take my old basketball hoop down, let's shoot around just to have some fun. Now that I have everything complete, I need to now take the net and the basketball rim and attach it to this. I'm a little nervous about this part because last time I worked with this piece of wood on a different project, this wood cracked. I'm like praying to the gods that all those hours that I spent on this doesn't go to waste. After a few trials and error, I finally was able to get this thing up and it was beautiful. I was so happy being able to see it on my wall. If you know me, basketball is one of my favorite sports. I play it all the time. And to have it in my studio, it is like an escape that I can't even describe. Whenever I find myself getting stuck or blocked on a project, I just take some time away from it and I start shooting around just to get my ideas flowing and just to loosen up my mind. I really hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed seeing how I made this custom basketball hoop. And if you want to support my channel, as always, please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this project and can't wait to show you what's up next.